Hey everybody, it's Ann. Today is day 50 of 365 days at Keto with Ann, and I want to show you something I'm working on. I have purchased a really nice cut of meat. It's flank steak. So some of you will know what flank steak is and some won't. Flank steak is a very thin, long, kind of rectangle shaped piece of meat, and it is, it can be tough. However, it can be amazing if you cook it right. So I want to show you what it looks like. Okay, so let me just take you over here to my meat. Let's see. I'll bring it to you. Do you see it? So it's kind of thin, right? It has these long lines that you see the grain of the meat. Okay, and so when you see that kind of meat, it can be really tough if you don't cook it right. So my pro tip for you today is get that kind of meat because it's delicious. It's pretty lean. It's like a nice big solid piece of meat. And you want to cook it right. So if you don't like medium rare beef, that's not your kind of steak, because you got to kind of cook it on the, more pink side. And then also after you're done cooking it, so you're going to cook it a few minutes on each side. I like to use a thermometer to take its temperature so I don't overdo it. If you cook meat all the time, you might just know by, some people can touch it, but I like to be really sure. So I love this little stick thermometer. You stick it in the side and it tells you, and I pull it. Oh, look, it's 73 degrees in my house. I pull it out when it's about 150 degrees. No, not 150, 130. And then if you like a little more rare, 125. And then it does continue to cook. The other thing about this meat is when you are done cooking it, let it rest. I know that sounds weird, but what it's doing is it's kind of like absorbing back, like it wants to let all the juice out. If you cut it right away, it'll just like all the juice will run out. It kind of brings it all back together. And when you slice it, it doesn't, all the juice doesn't run out immediately. And then also the other thing is when you see these grains of meat going this direction, like long, like this, not like this. So if it's going this way, you want to cut it this way, long ways, like this. And you want to do it kind of on the bias, and you want to do it really thin. So you have almost like shaved meat, and it's just going to be delicious. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put it in a salad, and probably have leftovers for lunch tomorrow. So I just wanted to give you that tip. I have my my skillet right here that I'm gonna cook it in, and I've had it, it's cast iron. So, I live in Chicago. It's not that great to cook outside right now. Yesterday was pretty nice, but I don't really have my grill up and ready to use. So I have these cast iron grill pans. It has the grill marks in here, and this is almost like the perfect size for this pan. You want your skillet hot so it sears the meat. You don't want it to steam and kind of like boil. That's not going to be tasty. So I keep it pretty high, and you can hear that sizzle. That's what you want to hear. And you only want to turn it one time. So I'm going to leave this on here until it's nice and charred almost. It has the good char marks on it. About, I'm going to say about 6 minutes, and then flip it over. Let it cook for about 5 or 6 minutes. Take its temperature with my little stick pin, and then pull it off. So I will pull it when it's about 100 and, I'm going to say 130 degrees, because I want it to kind of get up to almost like 138 would be good. And that is on the lower side of medium. So that's what I'm shooting for, and then we'll have that for leftovers for lunches this coming week. I'm going to do some lettuce wraps. So I'm going to have like little lettuce cups. I'm going to put some onion and some bell pepper in there, and it'll just be a nice little tasty bite. So what I season this with, I'll share that too. So I pull this out of the refrigerator so it could come up. You don't want cold meat either when you have this big cut of meat. It won't cook well. It'll like cook more on the outside and less on the inside because it's really cold on the inside. So I take it out about a half an hour before I'm ready to cook it. You can marinate this a little bit ahead of time, in a few hours, but I just didn't think about it. So what I did while I was sitting here is I put black pepper on there, salt, garlic powder, ginger, crushed red pepper flake because I love it. I'm going with the Asian theme here. I sprinkled it with some sesame oil, and then I also sprinkled it with this unseasoned rice vinegar. This particular rice vinegar does not have any added sugar. Some of them do, so make sure you read it. And that's it. So I did that on both sides, and then I just let it sit right out here on my counter. You could do that and put it in a plastic bag and let it kind of marinate overnight. You could do that. It'll have even more flavor. But I didn't think about it. So I just went ahead and let it sit there for about a half an hour, and then I did it on both sides, and then I threw it on this really hot grill pan. And so I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. And then, you know, we have a lot of really healthy, lean protein for a few days, a few meals. So that's it for today. I will give you pictures of how this looks when it's done, but it is going to take probably 15 minutes. So we don't want to chat that long, do we? Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.